We have to get that down without breaking my cars, because we sold it to fund your learning. What do you want to do in college or after high school and stuff?
Probably mechanical engineering.
What do you think if I said you should finish the IndyCar, and if you do, I'll teach you how to drive it?
That'd be awesome.
So do you want a top cart, which is similar to mine, or you want to rock this Cosmic?
Oh, let's do the top card, maybe a level playing field. So when I get good, I might be able to beat him and he can't blame it on his cart.
Okay, see why I picked this kid? Also, if anybody out there wants to donate to Genius Garage and help out, that's how this actually works. Things don't grow on trees. And I appreciate you saying lots of nice things, but what I appreciate more is you helping too. So you can go to geniusgarageracing.com and donate through the website. Spectacles that don't suspiciously look like Operation Paperclip. Testicles, watch, and wallet. Yes, I'm ready to go. For all those of you that don't think the wing on a Lamborghini is functional, you're wrong. It is functioning as a coffee table. Taste the dad jokes. I'm not doing the big Genius Garage things because I don't have the personal bandwidth for it or the personal wealth, and the rest of the world doesn't give a shit. But I still do. I would like to give an opportunity to a young man who, to be a complete Star Wars nerd, kids' Midi-chlorians are off the charts. And he seems pretty good. So I figure we'll just turn him into an Automotive Jedi. So he and his dad are coming by today. Before I tell you what I have in store for him, or to propose and see if him and his dad go for it, and if he really does have what it takes to be an Automotive Jedi. Met this kid and his dad years ago when there was a local Boy Scout troop that came to Genius Garage and showed everybody around. I had called, I think, the troop leader a year or two later when I was doing the Genius Garage Junior thing up in Detroit at the slot car shop, which was Downriver Hobbies. I went out and got funding for myself and kind of people who donated money and products and everything so that all these young men and women could have all of their own stuff and tools and slot cars and motors and chassis and bodies and everything to build 124 scale slot cars and race them. And the thing that was cool about that is they have to learn fabrication skills. They have to learn, concentration, athleticism, engineering, tuning, all that stuff, right? They have to learn lots of new skills with their parents. But there was a few of these young people who did exceptionally well. So another couple of years have gone by, and then I realized there is an indoor radio control racing track in Bowling Green, Ohio, at the really sad defunct mall, which is interesting because it's like a time warp to 1985 if anybody wants to go there. It's just that there's nobody there in cool 80s clothes doing cool 80s things, so it's sort of sad and strange. Just two kids and their dads, I think. Anyway, bought them all the stuff for all the radio control equipment they needed. And I told them it's kind of expensive, so you have to give it back at the end, but you can keep the bodies. But it was sort of a ruse. Since they did such a good job, I let them keep everything at the end. But they did really great. So this one kid was part of that as well, and he did really great. Now, the story continues because he is a nerd, and I'm assuming his dad is a nerd too, just like me and possibly like you watching. And we like to build stuff and learn stuff. Anyway, so this kid wanted a sailboat, and his parents apparently told him that he can only get a tiny sailboat if he learns everything about sailing. So you gotta be careful who you tell that sort of stuff to. So I'm gonna cut to the chase. So last year at the yacht club I'm part of, ew, so fancy, ew, you hate me. I don't care. It's not that kind of yacht club. Get a life. So invited him out to the yacht club for sailing, and there's a little natural beach there, and he brought something, I think it's called a peanut. It's this tiny wooden sailboat. And it straight up looks like it's out of the 16th century. But anyway, so I thought I was just going to be nice and give him a cool place to sail off the beach. I didn't dress for it. And he's like, let's go sailing. I'm like, what? You want me to go in this thing? So I did. And I had jeans on and all my normal clothes. He's like, it leaks. I'm like, cool. I don't want to get wet. So anyway, yes, I did get very wet, but we had a great time. And he's quite bright. But anyway, so his dad and him were checking out my sailboat, which is bigger. It's like an actual sailboat with a head and a kitchen and places to sleep and stuff like that. But it's fun. So anyway, we're looking at it, and he's looking at all the rigging and stuff, and he's like, where's your reef lines? What's with this knot? When do you put that? I'm like, what the hell? And so the kid is like tearing apart my whole sailboat and all my deal. And I'm like, who are you? And he's like, well, my parents said if I needed to get my little peanut sailboat, I had to learn everything about sailing. So I had to read all these books. I'm like, oh my God. But it's not that he just learned it all and actually knows everything. He knows enough in practice to see it in reality. I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to do something with this kid. I remember chatting up with his dad because this kid's just like you guys, presumably, and me. He's like searching the internet for crazy things about. He's like, I found an America's Cup yacht from the 1960s, and we should. I'm like, easy up there, Tiger. Finances and resources, but he's just coming up with all this brilliant stuff. And I think a person like that needs an opportunity to work on stuff and do cool things and grow. So this kid is, I think he's 16. He's in a high school, going to turn 17 in a bit. And I want to offer him this. I'm going to say the IndyCar, you finish it. And if you can finish it, I'll teach you to drive it. Now, to teach somebody to be able to drive an IndyCar, even if it is Turbo K Series and underpowered a little, it's still a fast, proper race car. Which means you're going to have to learn karts, and you're going to have to learn everything there, and you're going to have to get some athleticism up, and you're going to have to be a really good driver. So there's going to be other things along the way. But I think if the kid is smart enough and determined enough in terms of engineering and learning new fabrication skills and tuning, that he can finish an IndyCar, and we ought to toughen him up, yeah, and make an automotive man out of him and learn him something. Now, the only downside of this is I don't want the poor kid going to think he's going to become a professional race car driver because he's not wealthy and neither am I. Also, he doesn't meet some sort of crazy DEI checkbox. So regardless, as you all know from my channel, those are the only things that get you in professional racing. So we need to keep it reasonable. But I think that if the kid can engineer, finish the IndyCar and drive it, that, let's say he goes into mechanical engineering. He's going to make one heck of a good test engineer out there for an automotive company, perhaps an aerospace company. All of these things relate, and all the engineering that goes into the IndyCar, I can tell you right now, is used in aerospace world and engineering. So I think there's so much good that can come of it, and I think it'll be fun. So that's what I'm going to offer. Shall we make an automotive Jedi out of this kid? And will him and his dad go for it? Will they think they can do it? I don't know. We're going to find out. Ha! Who are you?
Aiden.
Oh, he also has a nickname, Showboat. There's Dad. What's up, Dad?
Howdy.
Why's your nickname Showboat?
Because when I did slot cars, I like to show off. And
Why did you like to show off?
I don't know, more fun that way?
It's because you were beating everybody, wasn't it?
Only sometimes.
Who beat you? What all racers, when you were in the slot car program, bested you?
You.
Who else?
I think Eli did a couple of times.
Eli, a couple of times. But did you win more than him?
Yes.
In what ways did you like to show off?
Oh, I'd walk up to the track real late and put my car down and clip on my thing, and I would trash talk a little.
Radio control car racing.
Yeah.
How'd you do there?
Not as well.
Why not?
Probably didn't get enough practice in, and maybe didn't have the car set up as well as I could have.
You're all also racing like all adults though, weren't you? They've been doing it for a while. Were you showboating as much?
No.
Did I still call you showboat?
Occasionally.
Yeah. I only raced once that whole thing. I was all busy and lame and adult-like and showed up at the last race. Mm-hmm. So,
and you bought someone else's car. You didn't build it.
Jeez. Gosh, why you gotta be smack talking, man? So, okay, fine. We gotta talk about that now. I bought a car used. It was already together. I still had to set it up and build a body and make it work and drive it.
Yes, that's true. But
listen, I'm old. I don't have time for this stuff. I'm trying to help you guys. Will, how'd you do against Will? He was also racing.
pretty well. We were pretty close.
Who won more times?
Oh, I don't even know.
Yes, you do.
Me.
Okay, well done. All right. And I showed up the last race and raced once. What place did you finish in that race?
I think last, because all the adults came out. Maybe second to last.
Whoa. Okay. But how'd you do against me?
You beat me.
Oh. When was the last time I raced road control cars?
The 90s?
Yeah.
The Stone Age?
Yeah, the 90s. So how do you think I beat you?
Experience.
Age and treachery. Did I use treachery?
Were you the one who broke my car right before the last?
Listen, what are you talking about? What actually are you talking about?
Remember when I came around the corner, someone hit me and broke one of my body posts?
Well, it's possible, but what were you doing in the way?
Rolling.
Okay, anyway. All right, it's showboating. That's what you were doing. Smack talking. So why do you think I beat you? I can tell you this. I use less throttle than you. Why do you think I won?
Because you use less throttle and we're a better driver.
Well, Dad, I feel like you have an answer to this question.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
If an older guy that doesn't practice at all came in and won with less throttle than Aiden, why do you think that person beat him? Or what was he doing that made him not win?
He was being aggressive on the throttle and steering, and you were being conservative and
Smooth.
Smooth, yes.
Consistent. Okay, I don't know why I brought this up. I do, because you've got a lot to learn. So here's the deal. Do you like Star Wars?
Yeah.
Which Star Wars do you like?
The original 2 trilogies. Well, really the original trilogy. The new stuff isn't that good.
What do you think if we make an automotive Jedi out of you and you become like my Padawan here?
Sounds good.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, here's the thing. I will take you on as my automotive Padawan and make you an automotive Jedi. But if you turn to the dark side, I will take you out. Deal?
Deal.
Okay, so instead of building the Chevron with the radical chassis, I have something else in mind.
Which is?
Turn around. What do you think if I said you should finish the IndyCar, and if you do, I'll teach you how to drive it?
That'd be awesome.
Okay, you think you can do that?
Yeah.
Why do you think you can do that?
I don't know. I'll learn. I have a good teacher. Or I'll have a good teacher.
Do you know what engine's in it?
K-Series.
Okay. And, we'll have to program it and all to make it work. And to do that, it's going to require learning much fabrication skills like welding and TIG welding and planning and some thoughtful engineering and stuff like that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think we're going to have to do with you to be able to get you to successfully drive a car like that? Also, hold on, before you say yes to that. Dad, how do you feel about this project?
Sounds good.
Is it okay if I teach him how to drive a car, perhaps when he's 18? Because it'll take a little bit of time.
Sure.
Okay. Plus, the other thing is, even if your dad said no and you become 18, you could still drive it. But is it okay, at least now, that we totally don't teach him to go fast and just have him do engineering?
Sure.
Okay, next question. What do you want to do in college or after high school and stuff?
Probably mechanical engineering.
Perfect! Yes! I'm glad you said that, because that fits in perfectly. Okay, so we should do that. Now, here's the trouble. It's not trouble. I saw you on my go-kart when I let you drive it that one time.
I was slow and a little bit conservative.
Weren't you all over the place?
Well, yeah, that too.
Let's come up with reasons why you were all over the place. Go.
Haven't really driven a go-kart before.
Well, you didn't fit in the seat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, come here. I got something else in mind. Let's go up here. Yes, so we can't just throw you in that thing when it runs. So we got to make you better, and we're going to have to make you a best test engineer. Okay, watch your step. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, so here's my go-kart, top cart with the LO206. I got to change arms. My arm's getting tired here. Oh, God. Oh, I'm old. So that's mine. And you didn't fit in it that well, right?
No.
You're kind of all over the place, but we gave it stuff. So that means you are going to have to set up and drive and get good at driving a go-kart and not being worn out, right? Okay, so here's where I say pick one. There's the Cosmic, there's this top cart, and then there's one down there that used to be Gene's that fits him and he's smaller than you. So I would possibly suggest one of those two. So do you want a top cart, which is similar to mine, or you want to rock this Cosmic?
They both have gold wheels. They're both blue.
Whoa. Yeah, they're both, no, that one's kind of purple.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, let's do the top card. Maybe a level playing field.
Oh, I like what you just did there. Why did you say maybe a level playing field? I think there's a lot of sass and spunk behind that.
So when I get good, I might be able to beat him, and he can't blame it on his cart.
Okay, see why I picked this kid? Okay, great choice. So the top card it is. All right, let's go back. So we got work to do, Buster. So today we have to get the BD5 MicroJet off the ceiling safely because it has been sold, so it can fund the Showboat Padawan. We're gonna have to get you like a better Jedi name than Showboat. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We have to get that down without breaking my cars. because we sold it to fund your learning. Okay. That's all I got. Also, if anybody out there wants to donate to Genius Garage and help out, that's how this actually works. Things don't grow on trees. And I appreciate you saying lots of nice things, but what I appreciate more is you helping too. So you can go to geniusgarageracing.com and donate through the website. So please help out and let's make things better in the future. Let's get to work. How about it? Done.
Chicken, a grilled chicken.
Oh, hold on. Since we're recording and we just came from lunch with your dad, who just passed us in the Mini. What were you going to tease me about lunchtime?
You getting grilled chicken of
Did
some
I only
variety.
ever eat plain chicken? Yeah. All the Genius Garage students and friends of mine will know that I eat plainly. Okay, well, what are you teasing me for? I'm trying to help you out.
Well, yeah.
All right, so we just had lunch. We got the shop all straightened up. Well, that was fun. Kind of talked over a whole good, reasonable plan. Let's be realistic with this. Probably gonna be about a year project with, you know, you putting in just a little, time regularly because you have school and all. And you want to be a mechanical engineering student in the future, right?
Correct.
That's awesome. What's your GPA right now?
4.2, I think.
In general in school?
Yes.
That's pretty good. Why are you such a nerd?
I don't know, I've got nothing better to do.
Really? Oh man, we need to get you working on cars. Okay, but keep up your grade point average. But math's good for you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's fantastic. I genuinely think from all the experience at Genius Garage that doing this is going to be the absolute best thing for you to already have a portfolio to get into any engineering school you want. And that's going to be really important because the fact of the matter is, before you're even in engineering school, an undergraduate degree, you will have done something that I don't believe one single other engineering student in America will have done.
Yeah.
So it'll already be setting you up to have the great career. And then those summers, you will then have such a huge leg up on every other student out there to get any internships you want. So you want to be at Tesla in Palo Alto, you want to be at Lockheed Martin, you want to be at Phantom Space, you want to be at Ford, you want to be a test engineer, then you're going to be right at the top of the pile for that pick. So I think it makes a lot of sense. But let's talk about the fun side. Are you excited about this?
Oh, very excited.
Are you nervous about the build?
A little.
Because you don't know that much about it yet, right?
No.
You're going to have to learn to weld.
Yep.
Do you know how to weld?
I can stick metal together. Doesn't look pretty.
We're going to have to do better than that. You can solder, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you do composites like fiberglass, wet layups, or anything yet?
A little.
Okay, so we can work on that with carbon and whatnot if we need to. You ever tune a motor or a carburetor or ignition?
Yep.
Kurt?
Motorcycles.
Motor what?
Motorcycles. Dirt bikes.
Oh, you've done the carburetors, you set float bowl height and stuff?
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. So we're gonna have to do that with the computer on this one with more parameters, so at least you got good basics. That's why every young person should work on motorcycles. You're welcome, kids. Also, you're jiggling the camera. Anyway, so we're going back and we'll check it out. So what else are you excited about with this proposition?
Go-karting.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Getting to work on something fairly, well, really wild. How many people get to work on a carbon fiber IndyCar?
Yeah. Now you race mountain bikes, right?
I race mountain bikes.
So you're pretty fit, cardiovascularly. Can you wheelie?
Short distances.
How far can you wheelie?
15 feet, 10 feet.
Why do you not wheelie indefinitely?
It's slow.
But that's not the only reason. You don't like falling over backwards, do you?
Well, it's not bad. I just don't practice it.
Well, yeah, I used to do the same thing. Okay, so you can at least wheelie. Can you do a stoppie or a nose?
Yep.
Nosy? Oh, okay. That's
Not like rolling a long distance, but I can get the rear wheel pretty high when I'm just riding along, and I can come to a stop up on my front
Can you
wheel.
bunny hop?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. All right, I asked those questions because I wanted to see how good your balance skills are and whatnot, because that will translate to driving. When you kart race, that will tune in your focus and mentality relating to a motor vehicle. But then we're going to have to work on, necks and strength and core strength and all that. That'll relate because, when you drive a Formula car, even if it is at lower speeds, and there's a lot more physical exertion with your upper body. And then we can autocross and we can do things over the next 2 years while you get good to be able to actually test the car. And we're not going to put you in any kind of position, or me, or anything in any kind of position that isn't totally safe and smart. The whole point of this is, one, of course it'll be fun, but it's an opportunity for you to not have anything holding you back. Ability for you to learn and go as far as you can and do something nobody else gets a shot to, and that's really cool. But do it in a way that is doable, right? You need to learn and grow and do it at a rate, but let your mind be able to go as far as it can and do it all, before you go to school, and in a way with a portfolio that'll help you get into college and help you get those internships, of course. So that's what it's all about. Obviously, with the IndyCar and the K Series, a naturally aspirated K Series makes a touch less than 200 horsepower. Originally, that IndyCar made 800 horsepower. The entire chassis, the safety aspects, and all of the systems were designed for a car with 800 horsepower being driven to the last 1/10 of a percentile by an incredibly fit athlete that's all they do. We're going to have less than 200 horsepower. Two, the platform is way overbuilt and way oversafe for this. And yes, we'll be building with a turbo, so it'll make a little bit more power, but we're going to keep it reasonable for you. Will it take skill to do? Yes. Is it manageable? Yes. Is it something that's a crazy idea? No. Is it something we'd let any yokel off the street do? No. But it'll be a responsibility, but it'll be something that you can handle over time. So that's what's up. All right, so we're here. Hopefully we didn't make anybody nauseous from your camera holding skills. We'll work on it. All right, let's go check out the car. Okay, guys, so no, you didn't get to see all the technical stuff, but this was just the intro. You can smile. Anyway, so how do you guys feel about this project?
I'm real excited.
Dad, how about you?
Pretty excited.
Well, are you going to see it through? You got, what, 2 years before you go away to college?
Yep.
Okay, well, hopefully we will help you get into a much better school because of this, and I think it's going to be a really fun process. So what is your first order of business and homework relating to this project?
Help with the structure, and I need to find the removable joints too.
Correct. Okay, so that's what we got. We talked about the basic structure, and then so we'll get on the ball, we'll order the stuff. Maybe we won't be able to start welding before Christmas, but at least immediately after we will. I think it'll be a lot of fun. If you get a little bit of time off, maybe we can find a day or two and sneak away and do some welding. But once we have the structure done, then we can immediately put wheels on this thing, get it down on the ground, fit the under tray, do some trimming, so that we can put it back up here on the under tray as a structure, and then we can start fitting the rest of the things and then be making things like intake and exhaust manifolds. Cool?
Awesome.
All right, guys, see you next time. Please subscribe and come back for Showboat's journey here. Dad, you approve?
Approve.
Okay, see you guys next time. Do you find school annoying? Do you like building hot rods? If you were in Washington, D.C., would you Uber all the way from the bar to the Russian embassy to urinate on their front gate? Then you may have what it takes to start a space program. Bam! Breaking All the Rules by Jim Cantrell, where he does all of those cool things and more. Yes, he was the guy that Elon Musk called to take him into Russia to try to buy the engines from their nuclear weapons. And then when the Russians were annoying, they're like, you know what? Let's just do it ourselves. And you may be that kind of person to just do it yourself. Like Jim, he's a cool guy. Yes, I lost the bet to him, but that's beside the point. I have read it, and it's great. Actually, you're gonna be surprised. You really should actually read this, because if you like building hot rods and you think space cool and school is annoying, you're gonna resonate. So buy his book. Go in the description below and check it out. You will not be disappointed.